Well, it looks some very nasty weather developing on Friday, a lot to keep an eye on. At the moment, well, we do have still some snow, especially across eastern counties of England, but it's out to the west where we've got to look for signs of developments. Already the clouds are amassing in the mid-Atlantic, and it's here where we could see a developing low, and it could well develop and then whistle its way past northern Scotland and then off into Scandinavia. Now, it's a vicious little fellow, driving in heavy rain and possibly gale-force winds to the south, but behind the front we'll see significantly colder air, and it looks as though the winds could well touch severe gale or storm force for a time in northeast Scotland, and that's going to cause some problems as that air turns much colder. We could well see blizzards developing in the northeast during the day on Friday. So a very stormy spell coming up, a lot to keep an eye on this week. Updates on CFAX page 418, and that stormy weather obviously then extending right across into Scandinavia with severe gale or storm force northwesterly winds, particularly windy too, down through the North Sea. At the moment, though, I suppose relatively quiet in comparison, but we still do have some snow around. It's still pushing in across the Newcastle area, down through Yorkshire, into the Midlands, and further to the north we've got some patchy rain and sleet on the radar as well, a cloudier day for Scotland than we had yesterday. Concentrating on this area then, still further snow to come in this part of the world through today. I think a few centimetres building up over the North York moors, through into the Peaks and also the Pennines. A few wintry showers too across East Anglia and the southeast, but not amounting to much. To the west, though, there will be some spells of winter sunshine, although, as I said, a cloudier picture in Scotland. And these are the wind chill temperatures. You add on the wind, and in the southeast today, feeling more like -4, -5. A cold day to be out in that strong northwest wind. Eventually we will lose the strength of the wind, though, turning around more to the northwest or west, and in fact signs of a change through tomorrow across Scotland and Northern Ireland. That westerly wind and bringing in milder air, obviously the precursor to that wet and windy weather for Thursday night. But before that arrives, I think for many of us tomorrow it's going to be quite a quiet day really. The showers should have eased off in the east, and there'll be some dry and reasonably sunny weather. But then late Thursday, things start to change, that developing low pushing close to northern Scotland. So what can we expect? Wet and very windy weather, particularly Northern Ireland and northern Scotland. Could actually bring a thaw of snow, causing some problems with local flooding. And then that frontal system driving its way south very quickly on Friday. You can see how warm it'll be, 10 or 11 degrees. But behind the front, turning much colder very quickly, and those winds picking up as well, with severe gale force northerlies, possibly storm force in exposed areas, and driving in that snow too across the higher parts of Scotland. Then for Friday night, well, the cold air plunging its way south in towards southern England, and it does look as though things should quieten off through the weekend, but it will turn very much colder. The frost really returning. If you are planning on being out this weekend, well, a real weekend to wrap up, we could see some freezing fog lingering for much of the day in some places, and temperatures not much above freezing. But at least the winds will ease, and the weather should calm down after that stormy spell. Quite a bit of sunshine, just a few showers. That's it.